The average American retires at 64, life expectancy 77. 13 years. That's what you're working your whole life for. Someone with the same salary retired 27 years earlier. Same income, same starting point, wildly different outcome. The variable that changed everything wasn't income. The average American saves just 4.5%. 4.5% means 51 years until retirement. 50% savings rate? 17 years, not 51. More savings doesn't just grow your portfolio. It also shrinks the number you need to retire. Spending is a double-edged lever. Most people miss this. Retirement is not an age. It's a number. Hit the number. Work becomes optional. Simple. Most people never calculate the number. That's the real problem. No target means no trajectory. No trajectory means no arrival. Income alone never saved anyone. History proves this. Lifestyle creep silently steals every raise you ever earned. Every raise spent is a raise your future self never receives. The wealth gap is not about what people earn. It's about the gap between earning and keeping. 3 variables control everything: income, savings, expenses. Most people only try to control one. Wrong move. You think income is the problem. It usually isn't. VTI has averaged 8.2% annually since 2001. Money left in index funds quietly doubles, then doubles again. Waiting 5 years to start costs you hundreds of thousands. Not metaphorically, mathematically. Real dollars, gone forever. Every year at 25, you wait costs $40,000 at 65. The 4% rule is your retirement unlock code. Withdraw 4% yearly. Portfolio lasts indefinitely. 25 times your annual spending equals your nest egg. Spend $20,000 yearly. Target $500,000. Spend $40,000 yearly. Target doubles to $1 million. Lower spending attacks the problem from both sides simultaneously. Cut $10,000 in spending, save more, and need less. This is the dual effect. Most financial advisors skip it. Fees are the silent tax nobody warned you about. 1% fee on $200,000 costs you $170 over 30 years. $170,000. Gone. Already spent by someone else. Low-cost index funds solve this. VU expense ratio, 0.03%. That's the difference between retiring at 50 and 63. Compound interest needs one thing: time you haven't wasted. Every dollar saved at 25 is $30 at 65. Most people don't start. The cost of that? Incalculable. And that's just the surface. The real system goes deeper. Retirement isn't about working 40 years. It's about reaching a specific number first. Marcus earned $200,000 a year, drove a used Honda, rented a 2-bedroom. His coworker leased a BMW. Same salary, same start date, different choices. 15 years later, Marcus retired at 42. His coworker still sits at the same desk. The savings rate is the single most powerful variable you control directly today. You can't control the market. You can always control what you keep. At a 10% savings rate, you are 51 years from financial freedom. At 20%, that drops to 37 years. Still a long road. At 50% savings, retirement arrives in 17 years. A completely different life. 70% savings means 8.5 years, less than a decade. You think a high income is required for this? It isn't. Savings rate is the engine. VTI, VU, SCHD, these are the vehicles. Savings rate is the fuel. Meet Jordan, teacher, $62,000 a year, wants out by 45. Jordan lives on $32,000, invests $30,000 every single year. That's a 48% savings rate on a $62,000 income. At 8% average returns, Jordan's portfolio hits $800,000 by 45. $800,000 at 4% safe withdrawal is $32,000 per year, her exact lifestyle. Jordan didn't need a Wall Street salary. She needed the system. If your savings rate is under 15%, this next part is about you. A 4.5% savings rate means you will work until 68 or beyond. The Federal Reserve confirms most Americans have under $5,000 in savings. Not because they earn too little, because the system was never explained to them. You think diversification means owning more things? It doesn't. Diversification means owning less of the wrong things, concentrated in proven assets. The number the market doesn't publish, your personal savings rate trajectory. Wall Street profits from your trading activity, not your long-term holding. Buying and holding VTI for 30 years beats 90% of active fund managers. Every year you pick individual stocks is a year you likely underperform the index. Automate your investments. Remove the human decision from the equation. Automation removes panic selling, and emotional market decisions both cost you massively. The Roth IRA is the most tax-efficient retirement vehicle most people underuse. Max your Roth IRA first, $7,000 annually in 2024. After Roth, max your 401k. Employer match is 100% instant return. Not using employer match is leaving free money on the table. Every single year. The system is simple. Save, automate, invest in low-cost index funds, and wait. But here's what nobody calculates. The retirement gap the years before 59 and a half. IRA and 401k funds are locked until 59 and a half. Early withdrawal means a 10% penalty. Early retirees need a bridge, a taxable brokerage account, accessible at any age. Build the bridge before you need it. Most people only discover the gap after retirement. The investor who plans the gap retires successfully. The one who doesn't goes back to work. Geographic arbitrage, moving temporarily to earn more, then returning to live on less. A teacher in Massachusetts earns up to $90,000, Tennessee, $46,000, same job. Jordan's subplot. She considers relocating to Massachusetts for 5 years to accelerate everything. If Jordan moves for 5 years, she triples her savings. Retires not at 45, at 41. Income optimization is not about earning more forever, it's about earning strategically for a finite period. The stock market is not risky long-term. Historically, not investing is far riskier. Inflation at 3% annually halves your cash's purchasing power in 24 years. Money sitting in a savings account at 1% is losing ground every year. Here is the most counterintuitive truth in personal finance. Spending less is earning more. But saving $1 has an added effect earning $1 does not. It also shrinks your target. This is the single most powerful insight in the entire early retirement system. This is the peak. If this changed how you see money, subscribe. This channel exists to show you the full system. Back to the math. $1 saved at 30 is worth $21 at 65. At 35, that same dollar is worth only 15. Waiting costs you $6 per dollar saved. The wealth gap between early starters and late starters is not about income, it's about time. The number that changes everything is not your income, it's your savings rate percentage. The number Wall Street doesn't publish, how their fees erode your specific retirement timeline. A 0.5% fee versus 1.5% on $500,000 over 30 years, the gap exceeds $200,000. That gap represents 2 to 3 additional years of mandatory work. For a fee you chose to pay? Morningstar data confirms. Actively managed funds underperform index funds over 15-year periods 80% of the time. You are paying more for something that delivers less 80% of the time. Think about that. And the next insight makes this even harder to ignore. The compounding math goes exponential. Your first 100,000 is the hardest. Your second comes in half the time. At 500,000 in VTI, you earn 41,000 per year in average market returns without working. The portfolio does the work. You built the machine. Now the machine runs. Now let's build the actual system from zero. This is the part that matters most, the execution. Step 1. Calculate your number. Annual spending multiplied by 25 gives your retirement target. If you spend $35,000 per year, your target is $875,000. That number is your financial freedom number. Write it on paper. Make it real. Step 2. Calculate your current savings rate, savings divided by income times 100. If your savings rate is under 20%, your retirement timeline exceeds 37 years. That's the cost. Step 3. Open a Roth IRA immediately. Fund it with VTI. That is the entire starting move. Fidelity and Vanguard both offer zero-commission index fund accounts. There is no barrier to entry. Step 4. Automate a fixed monthly contribution. Remove human decision-making entirely. Dollar cost averaging into VTI monthly removes the risk of trying to time the market, and nobody times it correctly. Step 5. Raise your savings rate by 1% each time your income increases. Never let lifestyle creep win. Lifestyle creep between ages 25 and 45 costs the average American over $300,000 in foregone compound growth. $300,000. Not a rounding error. That's a retirement moved by 4 to 6 years. Stealth wealth is not about deprivation. It is about intentional spending that matches your actual values. The high spender looks wealthy. The stealth wealth practitioner is wealthy. These are not the same thing. The machine Colt described, it is growing right now. At 8.2% per year, assets double in under 9 years. The rule of 72. Divide 72 by your return rate to find doubling time at 8%, 9 years. A $100,000 portfolio at 32 becomes $800,000 by 60, without adding another cent. Now add $30,000 per year for those 28 years. The number becomes extraordinary. Jordan's update. She relocated. Year 1 in Massachusetts. New salary, $88,000. Savings rate jumped to 62%. At 62% savings on $88,000, Jordan will hit her number in 11 years, not 15. Geographic arbitrage is not about sacrifice. It's a finite strategic window that permanently changes your trajectory. The BLS confirms Americans in high-cost cities earn 30 to 40% more on average for identical roles. If you keep low-cost lifestyle habits while earning high-cost city salaries, the math accelerates dramatically. Planning for marriage, children, and life changes is not optional, it's mandatory modeling. Children cost an average of $230,000 to raise to 18, according to USDA data. That is not a reason to avoid them. It is a reason to model them into your retirement plan precisely. A spending audit once per year is one of the highest ROI financial actions available to you. Subscriptions, recurring fees, and automatic renewals are the largest invisible spending category for most households. Cutting $200 monthly in subscriptions and investing it instead generates $48,000 over 10 years at 8%. Every dollar redirected from consumption to index funds is a dollar working 24 hours a day for the rest of your life. The Networthify calculator lets you enter your exact income and spending. It calculates your retirement date in seconds. Use the calculator. You need your actual number, not a vague hope that you'll figure it out by 65. If you don't know your number, you will overshoot working years you didn't need to work. And if you undershoot retire before hitting the number, the 4% rule breaks down. That is also a catastrophic mistake. The FIRE subreddit has documented thousands of real retirement scenarios, real numbers, real timelines, real outcomes. The data consistently shows savings rate predicts retirement age more accurately than income in 90% of cases. People earning $40,000 with a 50% savings rate retire before people earning $120,000 saving 10%. This is the most important sentence in this entire video. Your savings rate is your retirement date. Not your boss, not the market, not luck. Your savings rate, you control this entirely. The final piece, review your plan once per year. Adjust for income changes, life events, and portfolio performance. The plan is not set and forget, but it is not complicated either. One annual check changes everything. Jordan's final update, Year 5 in Massachusetts. Portfolio balance, $640,000.